Hey guys, coming down a little bit. I'm had a really I've had a really long day, a really great day, and just want to talk about it a little bit. I will uh, I will be going to the World Poker Tour Championships this December. I qualified today. I won a $218 satellite into an $1,100 satellite, in which I won the oh so elusive 10.4K WPT championship ticket. I will be playing. It's obviously to date, this is the biggest tournament of my life that I'll be playing. It's the second, to my knowledge, it's the second most mainstream tournament besides the World Series of Poker main event in America. There's the World Poker Tour Championships, right? Um, so I'm I'm at a loss for words. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I cried when I won that ticket because I I've been through a lot. Um, I've been through a lot this year. I've had a lot of ups and downs. Um, I legitimately hit rock bottom at one point this year. Um, and if you asked me at that point if I thought I could be where I'm at right now with poker and just in general, I wouldn't believe it. And I still don't believe it. I I cried. I cried, and then I celebrated, um, and then I just sat in it, and I just felt it. Um, I don't really talk about this a lot. I I blew through a decent amount of money through some investments that went wrong. I don't want to say this was a bad investment. I did also invest a lot of money in my writing this year. And life kind of caught up. Life's expensive. Um, at the beginning of this year, I thought financially that I might really, I might break out. I might be rich or something, I don't know, or whatever that means. But things didn't go my way this year, if I'm being totally honest. But by things happening the way they did, I feel like I grew in a way that I never thought possible. Um, I able to just deal with pain a lot better than I used to. Um, I'm like learning to get through like these threshold barriers. One of them just being self-sabotage, and I think like part of this comes from when I was a kid. I got bullied as a kid some, but I just I never had confidence in myself as a kid. I was good at stuff, and felt like I was a smart kid, but like um, like I got bullied, and like you have enough people that tell you like you're not good enough, you're not this, you're not that, and you start to believe it. And I feel like when have found like a modicum of success in different parts of my young adult life, um, it always comes back to that of just like this imposter syndrome of feeling like that I'm not good enough. And I've I've been very aware of that, with poker this year, and I try to be positive and remind myself that like what, Miles, like you are good enough. You've put in the work. You are smart enough. Sometimes you just need to take a step back and breathe. And I've been able to like work through that a little bit. Right? It hasn't been easy, but um, like I'm working through stuff like that. I think overall this year too, like I've just with where my writing, I've feel like I've gotten just really, really good at writing this year. And I finished some pieces that, you know, I haven't really. I had a, I sold a decent amount of copies of my novella, and actually that was really successful for first time author, I guess. But I'm still struggling to get some traction with Zadok and my main novel, like the stuff that I really want to get out there, and it discouraged me a lot. And it just I kind of got to this point this year where I just got so depressed that I felt like I was putting in all of this work, and I was just never it was just never going to get seen, and it was never going to get validated or acknowledged. And I know, like, the noble thing to say would be, oh, I don't need validation, I don't need this, I don't need that, but we all need validation, right? Like, I think internal validation is more important, but we do a lot of the things that we do is for validation, and for me at least, like, I want my art to be validated. I want to get my stuff out into the world. I want to be validated as an intellectual person, and whether or not other people will admit these things about themselves, like, I'll happily admit it about me, because it's the truth. But yeah, I mean, I'm going on a tangent here, but the first time I played that World Poker Tour satellite, I won a $22 satellite to a 218 to an 1100, and then I got all the way to the final. I got to a hand where I had pocket aces against pocket fives. I was an 80% favorite, and if I won that hand, I would have gotten the ticket for the $10,000 World Poker Tour Championship ticket, and I lost. And in that moment, that was the worst beat of my poker career, and one of the worst beats of my life, honestly. Just a lot of shit. But I think losing that and then coming back and getting back into those 1100s and I lost another two $1,100 satellites after getting in. Obviously, I didn't just fire bullet. I didn't fire $1,100 bullets, but I earned my way into that, and then I lost. And today, again, I played the satellite. I earned my way in, and to win today, especially in certain spots where it's just like I really had to outmaneuver, and obviously get some variance and some luck to work my way. But I was in a lot of spots where, in a macro sense, like in a larger sense, I was in a lot of spots where I could have, the old me, or like, a younger version of me, I should say, would have tilted or panicked or done something impulsive. But I feel like I'm at a point right now where I begin to kind of try and slow things down and just try to make one decision at a time, and stay composed. And I'm really proud of myself for, after getting so close to winning that ticket, just coming back and keep trying to put myself in good positions and make good decisions. And like a month later, and I got the ticket. And honestly, it kind of feels better this way. It feels like I earned it even more. So yeah, it's a little bit of a rant, I guess. Not a rant, but just going off. But yeah, I'm gonna be in the World Poker Tour Championship this December, and one lucky week. If I first place is $5 million, obviously I got to get through a lot of really great players. But I don't know. Um, I I would love to run deep in that tournament. I would love to rep my riding, um, and we'll see what happens. But I just I, I couldn't believe that I got this ticket today. I didn't think it was possible with how bad I've run in some of these big fucking tournaments, but um, like here we are. Here we are. So thank you guys all for your support throughout this journey. It means a lot to me. Like I said, I'm not playing as much during the week, trying to stay more weekend focused for now. Kind of take a break and recharge. But again, I appreciate your guys' support, and yeah, maybe you'll see me on TV. See you guys this year at the 2025 World Poker Tour Championships. Cheers, y'all.